Hello, welcome to Lazada Insider, featuring knowledge that makes a difference. We share trusted insights, forward-looking perspectives, and exclusive expert interviews to keep you ahead of the curve.
Hi everyone, I'm Chen from Lazada. Welcome to Lazada Insider, the Future of Commerce series. Trust is an important deciding factor in consumers' purchase, and it is even more critical in the digital commerce space due to the lack of physical cues and interactions. Today, we are happy to have three expert guests joining us to deep dive into this topic. We have Kaden, Marketing Director from XL Hardware. We have Jaydee, Vice President Customer Engagement Solutions from Synagie. Last but not least, we also have Kaden, Chief Business Officer, Electronics, General Merchandise SME from Synagie as well. Hi everyone, welcome to the today episode. First of all, I will get Jaydee to probably introduce herself and share a bit more on what you do at Synagie.
All right. Thank you so much for the quick introduction, Shan. Hello, everyone. My name is Jaydee Denosa. I am the Vice President for Customer Engagement Solutions, or CES, for our Southeast Asia markets. I am proud to say that the team had actually grown from our humble beginnings to currently being awarded 3 stars across all markets, which is the highest certification ranking by Lazada. And we were also named as Partner of the Year in 2021. Personally, I have been in the customer service industry for 12 years, servicing a mix of logistics, tech, and BPO companies before making my way here in e-commerce, which thus far has been the most amazing venture for me.
How about you,
Hi,
Kaden? Can you introduce yourself? Yeah.
hi everyone. I'm Kaden Choa. I'm the marketing director for XL Hardware. XL Hardware, we are a wholesale distributor since 1998 for premium furniture, hardware, fixtures, and fittings. We are very niche and we supply to residential projects. So for myself, Kaden Chua, I sit in 2 government-backed trade association. One of them, namely Singapore Furniture Industry Council. I'm one of the executive committee, and I'm also in Renovation Contractors Material Suppliers Association, namely RCMA. I myself also sit in Exotic Car Club and also a Lions Club Enterprise member. I'm fortunate to receive multiple awards and also featured in most of the Singapore newspapers. Thank you. Over to you, Chen.
Cool, thank you. How about you, Gordon?
Hi, I'm a Chief Business Officer in Synagie, managing the electronics, general merchandise, and also the SME sector, overseeing the commercial development, operation, and projects for brands in these 3 areas. I myself has experience in retail industry, 7 years in retail, 14 years in manufacturing industry with Nippon Paint, and also have experience in e-commerce enablement for the China market. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the introductions. Let's start with Gordon first. So, in your point of view, why do you think building consumer trust, especially in digital commerce, is so important?
Yeah, I think the customer journey has evolved tremendously especially over these past 2 years. And then with internet, right, information is always very easily accessible. And now you can see not just comment, yeah, you can even see customer doing the demonstration of the product they have bought, and even share their experience, their tips on a lot of different digital media. And the study also shows that close to 90% of shopper, right, will review a store display operationally on their performance before they even want to click to the store or even make a purchase. And 80% of it, right, will not make a purchase when they decided that the score is not satisfactory. So this is the part whereby I think consumer trust is very important. I think gone were the days where people like to read long articles. Now they just watch video on the different platform that's available. YouTube channel is one of them, Instagram, TikTok, where video can really show and tell. And these are the different digital platforms available for a lot of consumer to voice out not only the good and the bad experience, but even on how to use the product, and how to give or even give some tips on the product that they have bought to other future consumers.
How about you, JD? Can you share more your point of view as well?
According to the 2021 Edelman Trust Barometer Special Trust Study, report says that 80%, 86% actually, of consumer expect the brands to take actions, right, beyond their usual product and businesses. So meaning, um, consumers does not only look for monetary value for the products or services that they purchase or get from brands, but rather they expect brands to be truthful about the products or services that they are selling. They also want the brands to create positive change, not just only for the consumers, but also for the society, right? So this is most especially true in digital commerce, I would say, where consumers do not really get to see the actual product before they buy it, right? They tend to really purchase from either reviews, feedback, word of mouth coming from their family members or friends who've already used the product. And also, they do research about the actual product or brand that they are purchasing, right? So additionally, about 63% of people that was surveyed, right, says that they are more attracted to brands that focus on making them a better person, not only by buying, but also through engagement for the products that they have purchased, right? So people value that companies are listening to their feedback and enforcing continuous positive change towards the products, services, and business as a whole. Here in Synagie, this is, I would say, one of the key formulas for our success because building customer trust, enabling them to share their feedback openly, and acting on these changes that make impact not only to our direct customers or consumers, but also internally and to our brand partners.
Cool. Anything to add, Kaden?
Hey, so for building consumer trust, because for Excel hardware, my business model is 99.9% B2B. But with e-marketplace and Lazada, and when we do digitalization, right, we need to have our brand put towards consumer, even we are in the B2B business. So building consumer trust is pretty difficult for us. I have a point of view, which is just imagine trust like a pendulum. In order to gain consumer trust high, the risk must be low. So if the risk is high, then the trust is low. So our job, right, as a business owner, we try to make it zero risk for the consumer. For example, return policy with customer service officer handling their issues. So that's my point of view. And consumer trust, right, in business point of view, to me is like property investment. You don't see it immediately. Okay, it is a long-term investment. You have to give time to wait for the capital appreciation. Then have to do a long-term more. It's like a marathon.
I think that's interesting. So I think from B to B to B to C. So maybe Kaden, I mean, since you are from the business and the brands, so how do you help to build that trust between the brands and the consumers? And what do you think are the key drivers?
In our company, our one of our core values is I always think that customers should always feel in control when they are making purchases. So that's the sincere way to excel in business. So when the customer feel in control, right, then the trust level is high. Secondly, we do have our Excel hardware flagship store. I think the flagship store, right, it shows a sense of premium plus legitimacy. And the consumers will trust that brand owner because they are feeling that they are buying deal directly with the brand owner. So transparency is one of the biggest key driver, and letting consumers having the control, I think, is how we serve the end users.
Cool. Golden, JD, you have anything to add on?
So Same with what Kaden said, right? In Synagie, we also build trust by ensuring that the consumers that we service for get the best deals possible and getting the most from their hard-earned money, right? And that is also through transparency and proper education of the products or services that we sell, right? So properly educating them about the authenticity or specifications of products that they are asking about, the promos or promotions that we are running, and basically advising them when to check out, right, to get most of the purchase. So most from their purchase, right? This is really guiding them to the best customer experience that they would have by doing online shopping, right? Also, according to a study that I came across with, 40% of the consumers actually will no longer buy from the brands that they love, right? If they don't actually trust the company anymore, right? So transparency, I would say, hugely impacts the consumer behavior and their decision that in turn also affects the brand sales profit, right? Through the efforts that the Synergy CES team is doing, especially that we are the ones facing the consumers, right? We help brand partners retain purchase customers and also, of course, attract new ones. That is done through subject matter experts that we train according to the brand voice. So they won't feel any difference whether they are talking to like an offline seller or also an online seller.
Cool. Gordon, anything to add on?
Yeah, I think to add on to JD, right? To us commercially, I think the store in store is important. The way we communicate in the store in store, 100% authenticity, right? And then the 14 days return policy, fast or free delivery, which go back to what Kaden had just mentioned. Bring the risk down to zero for consumer. I think this is important. The accreditation of the brand. Yeah, any certification, like for example, natural or green certification, like halal certification, or even regulatory kind of body certification. I think this is very key. Using key opinion leader, I think the user content is very important. This is something that will give a lot of trust to a lot of other consumers. Right? And then the performance on the store, because right now the store performance in terms of the SOT, the ship on time, and other like chat response, like what JD mentioned, how fast can we respond, and are we giving them the answer that they want to hear, right? And the study shows also, right, it takes about 10 to 12 positive reviews, right, to neutralize the effect of one bad reviews. And this goes to show how important is positive reviews.
Thanks for that. I think the next questions I would like to address to JD. I think earlier discussions, I think Gordon also mentions, I think review, trust is very important, especially during the discovery stage. So how can the brands or seller actually send that trust signal to improve these parts during the discovery stage or during the after sales support stage?
All right. I have one word for that, Shan, and that is proactiveness. Okay. So thankfully in Lazada, we have a tool that we are able to leverage on, and that's customer engagement management or CEM. And this tool actually allows us to reach out to the customers to several categories. So we have different categories like potential buyers, we have loyalty buyers, and also purchase buyers. We also have a category that actually focuses more on the demography and the consumer behavior. So CEM currently actually brings over 100%. So I repeat, it's over 100% purchase rate for some of the big brands that we support currently. Apart from this, of course, we have the chatbot that we set up that helps us with our response time, ensuring the customers that they are immediately taken care of, especially through for simple or frequently asked questions that the customers usually ask. right? Apart from that, of course, we have our CES agents supporting 24 by 7 to ensure that if customers would have any questions about specifications of the product, promotions, shipping, or even after sales support that they need, we are able to help them out real time.
Cool. And I'm eager to understand a bit more from Gordon because previously we have mentions about negative and bad experience. So from your point of view, what is your recommendation to a brand or seller? How can they recover from a consumer's negative experience and how actually they can effectively regain the trust?
I think it's all about making sure that we understand their complaint and issue. To me, I have three very important signal that we have to send. Number one, I understand. Number two, I care. Number three, trust me to fix the issue. I think these are the three very important signal that we have to give to our customer, to our consumer. Make sure that you review and understand the complaint. I think most of the time, we like to jump the gun. You know, when you complain something, oh, don't worry, we exchange, we return. But that is not the point here. It's the trust that you want to develop and also consistently stays there, or constantly stay there. And of course, offer a sincere apology, which is not a simple word like sorry. Yeah, it's about fixing the issue. I think sincere apology comes with fixing the issue because at the end of the day, right, they have a problem, you have to fix the problem, or even offer something that is extra. Because not every customer would like to ask for more things, but at the end of the day, there are also other opportunity costs involved when they face an issue with the product that they bought, right? So offering extra doesn't mean you are giving them extra. It's just to compensate them on the time they spend receiving the product, unboxing the product, and use the product when when they face a problem. Yeah. And at the same time, right, I think internally it's also very important to register or document this incident. So a lot of company right now are also thinking of taking up this system where it's knowledge based, whereby we are able to document the incident where the machine over time, right, mature enough to tell you these are the common problems that you need to address. So at the back of the house of the company, right, they can actually do their R&D or even fine tune or improvise the product that they have, or even how they can provide the another level of customer service. Yeah, I think this is important not just to solve the problem, customer problem, and just get the issue over and done with, but it's actually to document the incident and learn from there. And how can we use the system to put into the right perspective so that we can, so that the different team of people will learn the right thing, and at the same time in the future, right, they are able to execute correctly.
Last but not least, JD, do you have any other advice to be shared with our audience today?
Yes. Okay. I would like to leave the audience with this, right? Invest in trust building with your consumers through transparency and advocacy by doing things differently and doing things consciously with not only your direct consumers in mind, but the community and the rest of the world, right? It is not always about the profit. It is sometimes also about the community giving back and also helping the rest of the world.
Cool. How about you, Gordon?
Yeah, to me, it's all about learning. I always believe learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. I think this is important, especially so for this ever evolving consumer journey. I think what learned in the past, right, might not be relevant anymore, but might need you to just adjust or fine tune. Sometimes we can relearn again with what we have done before. I think this is to me very important as we have to keep learning every now and then. Even just now, I just learned a new thing. So now we have to see how are we going to further improvise our methodology for this new learning. Yeah.
Cool. How about you, Kaden?
Maybe I can share with the audience the upcoming trend because I've been speaking to a lot of millennials. which is apparently my target audience because they are the one buying houses and renovating. Yeah. So these millennials, I think one very important point for business owners like us and brand owners like us, right, is really we have to not neglecting short videos for the millennials. The consumer are getting very well informed, and also last time people can see 1 minute 30 seconds video. Now 15 second is too much. So I think this will be the next wave on spreading our brand and also on building our trust to worldwide.
That brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you, Kaden, Jaydee, Gordon, for your time and insights.
This is Lazada Insider. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you click follow and subscribe so you don't miss our latest insights and expert interviews. Thanks again for joining us. Until next time, take care.